Hello students, my name is Tehsin Sheikh. Welcome at Nagesh Karajgi Orchid channel, and today we are going to study economics lesson number 1, that is the story of village Palampur. Before we start today's session, before we start today's lesson number 1, why we are going to study village related study in our syllabus? Because in our India, most of the people they are living in the village area, or 70 to 60% people they are living in the village, and in the village we all know that agriculture is main activity. So that's why the basic need of production fulfill करता है हमारा village area, and that's why the story of village Palampur we are going to study in the lesson number 1. Now what we are going to study in this lesson? So see in the mind map the factors of production. First one we are going to study in this lesson. So which factors are required or which factors are affecting the production? So first one, land, labor, capital and entrepreneurs. These 4 factors are required for the production. Land, it's very important. Without land we cannot do agriculture or we cannot set up our industrial sector. Labors, yes, labors are also equally important. We require skilled and unskilled, both type of labors for the production purpose. Capital, when we invest our capital, at that time we can purchase machineries, sometime labor wages, we can purchase land. So that's why capital is also equally important for the production. Entrepreneurs are also important. Now in this study we are going to study this village Palampur is the imaginary story, and in that village Palampur, it's a very small village in the Uttar Pradesh area. Farmers, near about majority of the people in this village Palampur, they are involving in farming activity, and that's why they are producing more and more crop through irrigation system. Multiple cropping they are doing in the farm area. Modern farming methods they are using in the farm, and green revolution effects are occurred in this village Palampur area. Now in this lesson also we are going to study farming activities. So farm laborers, some small laborers, some large farmers are there, and the distribution of land is totally unequal in the village Palampur. Means that upper caste family they having their own land, but when we comes to the poor or lower standard family, they don't have their own land for the farming. So that farm distribution or the land distribution also we are going to study in this lesson. And let's see with the farming activity, organization of production. So skilled laborers, unskilled labor, both type of labors we required for the farming. So open your page number 1 in the textbook, the story of village Palampur. So see, the purpose of the story is to introduce some basic concept related to production, and this we do through a story of hypothetical village called Palampur. So why we are going to study this lesson? Because basic concept related to production through the story of village Palampur we are going to study. So farming is the main activity in village Palampur. Near about 450 families are living in the village Palampur, and majority of the people in village Palampur they are involving in the farming activity. So farming is the main activity in village Palampur. With that, some other activities such as small scale manufacturing, dairy, transportation, etc. are carried out in the limited scale. With agriculture, some people in the Palampur village they are doing manufacturing, they are doing dairy farming, and transportation facility also well developed transportation facility occurred in this village Palampur. This production activity need various type of resources. See the resources, again some natural resources and some man-made resources. With that we require human efforts also, money, etc. we read through the story of Palampur. So now in this lesson we will discuss about the natural resources, man-made resources, human effort, and with that the use of money in this in the work of the production. So see, as an introduction, first one we will discuss about the overall or overview of the village Palampur. तो village Palampur कैसा है? Let's see through the introduction. Palampur is a well connected village, well connected with neighboring village. So all type of transportation facility available in the village Palampur means is well connected with some other town or other villages. In village Palampur, Raiganj, a big village, is located far away 3 km from the village Palampur. So village Palampur, it's a small village, and one big village, it's a Raiganj located. It's a big village located 3 km away from village Palampur, and all weather roads connect to the village to Raiganj and further on to the nearest town of Shahpur. So two villages are there. First one small village, it's a Palampur. One big village is there, it is called Raiganj, and Raiganj is located 3 km from the village Palampur, and one big town is there, and is the name of that town is the Shahpur. And in through village Palampur, when that farmers or the people, they wanted to go outside, well developed or well connected transportation facilities available in the village Palampur. See, in the village Palampur, all seasonal roads are there. Means when we see to the village area in our India, at the time of rainy season, many roads they washed out due to heavy rainfall. But here in the village Palampur, all seasons roads are there, means metal road are there, so that's why they can move outside, or they carry lots of material or import export through that road. So see, many kinds of transport are visible on this road, starting with the tangas, bogies, or loaded some tractors are there, motorcycles are there, jeeps are there, and some trucks are also there, and they carry lots of material, and they carry lots of people also from one place to another place. This village has about 450 families belonging to several different castes. See, near about 450 families they are living in the village Palampur area, and upper caste families, near some upper caste families are also living there, and the upper caste families, or that near about 80 to 90 upper caste family, they having their own houses, and some of them quite large houses are there, and their houses are made from bricks and cement, means for construction purpose. In these 450 families, 80 to 90 families are there, they having their own land, and their home is also well constructed, like bricks, cement they are using for construction purpose. But some SCs and Dalit people are also living there, and 1/3 of the population they belonging from that SC family, and they are living in the corner of the village and in much smaller houses, some of which are of mud and straw. See, some Dalit caste people are also living in the village Palampur, but their houses are totally constructed corner of the village, and mostly they used mud and straw for the house constructions. Most of the houses have, see, electric connection in the village Palampur, well connected electric connection is also available there. Electricity power tube wells in the field, and it use various type of small business. So well connected electric facility is there, and they are using that electricity for irrigation purpose in the farm, and some other businesses also running in the village Palampur. Palampur has 2 primary schools and 1 high school. So in the village Palampur, education facility also available. 2 primary schools are there, and 1 high school is also there in the village Palampur. There is a primary health center run by the government, and 1 private dispensary where the sick are treated. So see, with education facility, medical facility also available in the village Palampur, 1 government hospital and 1 private clinic is also set up in the village Palampur. Now the story of this Palampur as imaginary village. So just before we start our lesson, we have discussed this point. This is totally imaginary story, hypothesis story. Why these different types of production activity in this village we are studying, because for the production purpose in that village Palampur all facilities are available. Just we have seen the in village area, in the village Palampur transportation facility is there. Majority of the people they are involving in the farming activity, some transportation facility also available. 450 families are there, and the upper caste family, they are having their own pakka house, and the lower caste family they having their some कच्चा house, और यहाँ पे हम बोल सकते हैं they having their home made by some mud and straw. So near about, see here, in the village Palampur, when we discussed about the transportation, shopkeeping and manufacturing, these all business or these all process also going on the village Palampur. So let's take a look or the production of organization of production we are going to study in this point of view. So first one, the aim of the production is to produce goods and services. Now first one, why we are going to study this organization production. So production aim, or why we producing more and more good or services, so we require some important material or we require some important things. Now there are 4 requirements for production of goods and services. See, we required basically 4 important things or 4 requirement for the production of goods and services. So first one, it is called first requirement, and it is very important requirement, it is land. So in the village Palampur, land is available for farming, and second one, some other people they are doing some small manufacturing. So first requirement for the production is land. With land, land is totally natural factor, land, water, soil, natural vegetation, wildlife, these all things are natural resources. So that's why with land we required water, forest and minerals also. So in the primary case, when we have discussed about the land, water is also required for agriculture purpose. When water is in our India, most of the farmer they are depend on rainfall. So जैसे ही बारिश होगा, they started their cultivation or producing the crop in the farm. So that's why with land, farmers they required water, they required forest and minerals are also equally important for the production. Forest related things also we are using in the industry, or minerals are also we are using, and that we extract that mineral and we are sending to the industrial sector, and there we convert that minerals into more valuable products. So that's why not only land, with that water, forest and minerals are also equally important. So our first requirement is land. Now let's see about the second requirement. In the village Palampur, or for the production purpose, we required labor. So see, now labors, 2 types of labors are available, skilled labors and unskilled labors. So when we discuss about some skilled activities like a diamond cutting industry, engineering industry, information technology industry, in this type of industries we required highly educated or skilled labors. But in the village area, mostly uneducated or less educated peoples are there. That's why they are doing some unskilled activities, or unskilled labors are available there. So that's why they are doing they are involving in the sugar industries or sometime in the cotton industries. So see, in the second requirement is labor, that is people who will do the work. Some production activities require highly educated worker and perform the necessary tasks. So for some industrial activities we required highly educated laborers, and some activities we required less educated workers also doing some work manually in the industrial sector or in the farm area. In the third requirement is the physical capital. See, now here again physical capital is divided into 2 parts, fixed capital and here working capital. Now what is the meaning of physical capital, students? Do you know that? So see, physical capital means varieties of inputs we are required for the production purpose. Means for the production we required machineries, building, tools, sometime we required capital amount, sometime we required raw material. So these all inputs are important in the production purpose. So that's why in the physical capital again that input required every stage during the production. And see, first one here, tools, machinery and the buildings. these all are fixed capital. Means when we purchase these tools and machinery and building for the production purpose, again and again we not change this fixed capital, that's why it is called fixed type of capital. See, tools, machine ranges from very simple tools such as the farmer's plug to the sophisticated machines such as generator, turbine, computer, etc. With that, tool, machine, building can be used in the production over many years, and these all are called the fixed capital. So, in the agricultural area or in the industrial sector, we require tools, we require machineries, we require setup with the buildings. So, these all things are included in the fixed capital. With that, now second one we are going to study working capital. So, two things are there in the working capital. First one raw material and second one capital investment. In each and every industry or each and every production site, we require raw material. When we study about the industrial sector of sugar, so for the sugar cane we required for that sugar industry we required sugar cane as a raw material. So, see, in the agricultural area also as a raw material we required many things. So, these all things money in hand include in the working capital. Production require a variety of raw material such as the yarn used by the weaver and the clay used by the potter. Yes, at the time of making some pots we required mud, at the time of making clothes we required cotton. So, these are the example of raw material, and for purchasing these all material we required money or capital. We want to give the wages of the laborers, we required capital. For purchase this machineries, tools, raw material, for construction purpose we required capital. So, capital or money and raw material, these two are working capital. See here, raw material and money in hand are called working capital. So, this fixed capital and working capital, these two are the physical capital, and that physical capital they again classified into two part, fixed and working capital. And last one, see, for the organization for the production purpose we have seen first one land is very important, second one labors, and third one we have discussed about the physical capital. Now, fourth requirement also important in the organization or for the production purpose, and knowledge and enterprise to be able to put together labor and physical capital and produce an output, it is called the human capital. So, last capital, see, we are mixing this land with labors with physical capital, but human talent, human knowledge, human skill is also equally important. So, last factor or last material is needed for the production, it is called human capital. So, human capital, about this human capital we will discuss in our lesson number 2, and in this lesson only we will discuss about the land, labor and physical capital in the village Palampur. So, see in the picture some workers are working here in the picture, and they are using machineries in the factory, and they are doing some work. In this picture we have to classify fixed capital, land and labor. So, both skilled and unskilled laborers are here, they are working in the factory, and machineries are here. So, machinery is the fixed capital, and laborers and some land area or raw material they are using in the factory, it is called our working capital. So, see, every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital, which are known as the factors of production. As we read through the story of village Palampur, we will learn more about the first three factors, and about the fourth factor we will discuss in our next chapter, lesson number 2, that is totally different, it is the people as a resources. And now in this lesson we will discuss about the land, labors and physical capital. So, let us see farming in Palampur. So, land is fixed. In the village Palampur, the main production activity is farming. See, 75% people in the village Palampur, they are involving in the agricultural activity, and the working are depend on the farming for their livelihood. They could be farming their own farm, or some farm laborers they working in that particular area. The well-being of these people closely relate to the production on the farmer. But remember that there is a basic constraint in raising from production. Land area under the farming or the area of the land in the village Palampur is totally fixed. Means some of the wasteland in the village Palampur now they are using or they are converting to the agricultural purpose. Means that exists no further scope to increase the farm production in the village Palampur. The land area is totally fixed and some uncultivable land or some waste land they are utilizing in the agricultural sector. So see, second one, a way one can grow more farm in the same land. Now second point they mentioned here, is there a way one can grow more from the same land? In the village Palampur, farmers at the time of rainy season they cultivate. Rainy season means it is called Kharif season. Already we have learned in the agriculture lesson Kharif, Rabi and Zaid, 3 seasons in our India. In the Rabi season it is also called winter season. Mostly wheat we can cultivate in the Rabi season. Kharif means monsoon season, and in the monsoon season most of our farmer in India they are depend on the Kharif season, or they are doing their farm, they producing more and more crop in the rainy season. So that's why Kharif, Rabi, with that Zaid seasons also available in India. And Zaid season means what? At the time of 2-month period in the summer season we cultivate a cucumber, muskmelon, watermelon in the farm, and it is called Zaid season. So our Indian farmers they are totally depend on the monsoon rainfall. So that's why in the village Palampur also farmers 75% people they are involving in the farming activity. They are doing farm and their land is totally fixed, and that's why their production is not increased or not decreased due to land is fixed. Now how they cultivate more and more crop in the farm, let's see in the second point. In the kind of crops grown and facilities available, Palampur would resemble a village of the western part of the Uttar Pradesh. See where this Palampur is located. Palampur is located in the western part of the Uttar Pradesh, and in our India in 1960 and 70 duration green revolution, or most of the farmers in Punjab and Haryana they used a chemical fertilizer HYV seed in the farm, and it is called green revolution. So the impact of that green revolution also occurred here in the village Palampur. And in the village Palampur, see during the rainy season Kharif farmer grow jawar and bajra. So at the time of rainy season before the onset of monsoon, farmers they sown the bajra and jawar in the farm. So they produce jawar and bajra. These plants are used as cattle feed also. So remaining some wastage material they are using for the cattle feed, and most of the time farmers they grow here jawar and bajra. These plants are used as the cattle feed also. It is followed by cultivation of potato between October and December. So they not only produce jawar and bajra in the farm, at the time of October and December farmer they are producing or they cultivating potato in the farm. Means see jawar, bajra, potato, 3 crops are there, and at the time of see here from the wheat produced farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption and sell the surplus wheat at the market at Raiganj. So wheat production also occurred here in the village Palampur at the time of October, November, December. In the Rabi season farmers they produce wheat and potato in the farm, and that wheat some limited wheat production they keep with the self consumption, and surplus production of the wheat they sell in the Raiganj market. A part of the land area is also devoted to sugarcane, which is harvested once every year. Sugarcane in its raw form or as jaggery or sold to the traders in the Shahpur. So see first one in the village Palampur at the time of Kharif season farmers they grow jawar and bajra, and at the time of Rabi season wheat and potato also grown in the village Palampur. And last one, some farmers they are producing sugarcane also in the village Palampur, and that sugarcane they directly send to the industrial area as a raw form, or they converting that sugarcane into jaggery गुड़. क्या कर रहे हैं वो शुगर केन से गुड़ बना रहे हैं, एंड दैट गुड़ प्रोडक्शन दे सेल टू द शाहपुर एरिया. सो फर्स्ट वन सी इट इज कॉल्ड व्हेन फार्मर्स दे ग्रो मोर देन वन क्रॉप इन द फार्म इन अ ईयर, it is called multi-cropping system. So in the village Palampur also farmers they are growing at the time of Kharif season jawar and bajra, at the time of Rabi season wheat and potato, and sugarcane also they are producing. So that's why it is called multi-cropping system is going on in this village Palampur. The main reason why farmers are able to grow 3 different crop in a year is the Palampur due to the well developed system of irrigation. So see why they able to produce more and more crop in the farm. They are producing near about 3 crops in the farm. So why? Because they are easily available or well developed irrigation facilities in the village Palampur. Is electricity connection also there. Electricity came early in the Palampur. It's a major impact transform the system of irrigation. So here some Persian wheels are available for irrigation purpose, and first time government they set up the irrigation facility, but now privately also some farmers they set up their own irrigation in the farm, and that's why the production or they can able to grow more than 1, 2 or 3 crop in the farm. The first few tube wells were installed by the government, and soon however farmers started setting up their private tube wells in the village Palampur. As a result, by mid 1970 the entire cultivated area of 2 hectare land was irrigated. So see, first 2 tube wells set up or settled by government, and now after that many farmers they having their own private tube wells in the village Palampur, and that's why they can able to cultivate whole 200 hectare land in the village Palampur with the help of irrigation facility. Now see, now all villages in India have such high level of irrigation. Apart from the riverine plain, coastal region in our country are well irrigated. In the contrast, plateau regions such as the Deccan Plateau have low level of irrigation, and of the total cultivated area in the country, a little less than 40% in irrigated even today. In the remaining area, farming is the largely depend on the rainfall. So when we discuss about our Indian farmer, many farmers they are cultivating land or producing more crop in the farm through irrigation facility. On the Deccan Plateau, no irrigation facility developed in on our Deccan Plateau area, and most of the farmers on the Deccan Plateau they are depend on the rainfall for the production. See, the grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as the multiple cropping. So just see the definition of multiple cropping. Students write down that important point in your notebook. Definition of multiple cropping. Multiple cropping means what? So farmers they are growing more than one crop in the same piece of land during the 1 year, it is called multiple cropping. So in the village Palampur also farmers they are growing jawar, bajra, wheat, potato and sugarcane in the farm. So it is called multiple cropping. When farmers they are producing more than one crop in a 1 year in the same piece of land, it is called multiple cropping. So see, it is the most common way of increasing production on a given piece of land. So through that multiple cropping, farmer he can grow more than one crop in the farm and he can sell this all production in the market. So obviously the production and the increasing the development in that particular area, and the situation or the standard of living of that farmer also increase due to this multiple cropping. All farmers in Palampur grow at least 2 main crop. Many are growing potato as the third crop in the past 15 years. See, in the village Palampur, all farmer they are growing at least 2 crops in the farm, and sometimes they are growing potato also. Means multiple cropping is the main important factor who supply the minimum amount or the raise the standard of living in that particular area. Farmers they can able to grow 2 or 3 crops in the farm with the help of irrigation facility. So students, what we have learned, now we will stop here. First one, we have learned the overview introduction of village Palampur. Village Palampur is the imaginary story, and 450 families, they are living in the village Palampur. Village Palampur well connected with other villages and other towns. All transportation facilities available in the village Palampur. With that 75% people, they are involving in agriculture activity, and some other people, they are doing dairy farming, some small manufacturers are there, and some transportation facilities also available in the village Palampur. So see here in the image, wheat production, bajra production, sugar cane and potato, they producing in the farm. So that's why it is called multiple cropping. So students, as a homework, you write down definition of multiple cropping and the overview or the introduction of village Palampur you have to write in your notebook, and next part of the syllabus we will discuss in our next lecture. Thank you.